On October 25, 1993, four Nigerian teenagers hijacked a Nigerian Airways airplane that was flying from Lagos to Abuja and diverted the plane to Niamey, Niger. They claimed they were not satisfied by the June 12 election by the head of state, General Ibrahim Babangida. The four teenagers, Richard Oguderu, who was 19 years old, Kabir Adenuga, who was 18 years old, Bennett Oluwadaisi, who was 20 years old, and Kenny Razak, who was 20 years old. They all boarded the flight at the Murtala Muhammad airport alongside other passengers. At about 60 minutes before landing, they waited until the pilot announced that passengers should fasten their seatbelts and prepare for landing. The next voice the passenger heard was the leader of the four boys. "Ladies and gentlemen, this plane has been taken over by the movement of the advancement of democracy. Remain calm. We will not harm you. You will be told where the plane will land you. You do not move or you die." The leader of the four gang, Richard, 19 years old, walked into the cockpit and seized the process, and then one order followed. The two of them remained to watch over the passengers. When the leader got to the cockpit, the pilot knew immediately this was an attack, so he had to obey instruction given to him. The leader of the gang, Richard, then asked the pilot to divert the plane straight to Germany. The pilot convinced him the plane did not carry sufficient fuel to cross over the Atlantic, and then suggested they divert to a nearby country, Niger, or they will crash and everyone will die. The two hijackers told the pilot what they wanted was where they could give publicity to their reason for the hijack. They told him they wanted Germany because they could have a good press coverage that would support their democratic cause for Nigeria. But that could not happen because of fuel shortage. They agreed to land the plane in Niamey, Niger Republic. Upon landing, the hijackers found themselves surrounded by hundreds of armed Nigerian soldiers at the airport. The four gang had earlier distributed their demand in a pamphlet among the passengers, calling on the Nigerian government to overturn the annulment of the June 12 election. They gave the government 72 hours to meet their demand, or else they would set the plane ablaze. To show they were not ready to kill anyone so long the government listened to them, they released 34 of the 193 passengers. The leader of the hijackers spoke to a BBC correspondent. The correspondent asked what they were fighting for, and he told him they wanted to achieve the mandate given by the Nigerian people to MKO Abiola. After a few hours the plane has been hijacked, the Nigerian government sent 24 delegates to come and talk to the hijackers, but none of them entered the aircraft to talk to them. Instead, they were lodged in a hotel, asking the hijackers to calm down. While the plane was parked at the Niger Republic, the Niger soldiers did not storm the plane because the hijackers claimed to have rigged the plane with explosive device. They began negotiations, keeping the remaining passengers hostage for 3 days. The hijackers and the passengers fed on biscuits and coffee. At some point, they ran out of water and coffee. One passenger demanded for water. Under the disguise of bringing them water and food, the Niger Republic soldiers eventually realized the hijackers were not harmed, and under the cover of darkness, they stormed the plane. The four teenagers were arrested, handcuffed, and taken to the prison cell. They were denied food for days. The hijackers were remanded in Niamey, Niger prison for 9 years before they were released in 2001.